Beautiful athlete. Still is. Christine Beam, the president of the French Tennis Federation. The federation, of course, run this tournament, as indeed they do at Roland Garros, the French Open. Oh my, how that federation has revived in the last quarter of a century. The original inspiration, of course, Philippe Chatrier. Take that!
Well, it must be quite an exhilarating feeling to be able to hit one as hard as this when enqvist's been sending missiles past you, through you, at you.
Five aces from Edberg. Make that six. And again, he comes through a stiff test. He was love 30 down in that game.
Well, some good serving, particularly on this side, the left court, particularly one second serve, which swung wide to enqvist's forehand.
He's not been phased, has he, at all, Enqvist, by the chip charge. That was a mishit, obviously, but he's just kept his head down and blasted the ball past Edberg time and time again.
No, and one of the advantages of hitting the ball so blisteringly hard is that your opponent has to make his move and his mind up very quickly. And you see here that Edberg, seeing this ball in mid-court, now here to get on his bicycle. And of course that just advertises to the opponent.
An eighth ace from Enqvist. Gosh, I do worry when the ball kids try and catch the ball. They're going to break a finger. Well, just as he did at 4-all in the first set, Enqvist holds to love. 5-4. Welcome back. Reminder that we'll have a Stefan Edberg special on Tuesday, just to give you some idea of how well Thomas Enqvist is playing. He's hit 34 clean winners, only 19 unforced errors. Edberg's not doing anything badly, 20 winners, 15 unforced errors, so he's ahead of the game. But this man, well, it's been a superb performance. But it isn't over yet. The crowd urging on Edberg. 4-5, second set. Serving to stay in the tournament.
Funny enough, that stomping and stamping of the feet is something that the Swedes really made their own. Next week in Stockholm, the roof will come off.
Yes, there'll be a great atmosphere in the Kungliga, and we'll be there starting on Wednesday, our coverage. the Stockholm Open, which these two met last year. Enqvist winning in the quarterfinals and going on to beat Arno Birch in the final.
Yes, I think Enqvist would have been one of the men responsible, really, for Edberg making up his mind about retiring. I think the thought first came to him when he lost to Dick Norman at Wimbledon last year, but I think Enqvist's win over him in Stockholm would have just solidified that thought. And then, of course, losing to Tillström at Wimbledon this year.
Good judgment. It was long.
Always that little more painful when you lose to your compatriots.
That didn't miss by too much. Well, that's a shot of sheer brilliance. 5-all.
What I think is so remarkable about this shot is how Edberg keeps his balance here. He's quite balletic in his ability just to play the shot on one leg. Just how many arrows does this guy have in his quiver, I ask? He's only lost 4 points in his serve all set long, as Enqvist, and just the 2 aces. What he's not doing as much, you've got the computer over your side, David, he's not going to the net as much as he did in the first set, Enqvist. This is much more like the normal Enqvist.
Just long. Yes, you may remember we said that Enqvist had been at the net, I think, 11 times in that first set. So far, just 5 times in the second set. 30 love, 5-all, second set. Ace number 9.
Well, he certainly upped his power and dedication, as it were, on the serve. Enqvist was against Moya, and also a fairly tight match, just the 5 aces all set long, all match long.
I'm just wondering there, might there be a clue for Edberg? I mean, I don't know whether he meant that to be short, but the fact that it was short caused Enqvist more problems.
Well, it can be for the two-hander to dig it out. And Enqvist was forced to use 1.
Another terrific game from Thomas Enqvist. He's just not letting up at all. He's not giving Edberg an inch. And it's Enqvist who leads 6-5. The hand clapping, the chants. We're going to have the foot stomping, I'm sure, in a second. Pierre Barthez, fine French Davis Cup player, joining in. That's what this man means to these people and to tennis fans around the world. Now then, serving for the second time to save the match, to try and force the tie-break. Well, I can't think of more than a handful of opportunities when you've expected Enqvist to pass, and he hasn't. He's been meticulous. And Edberg's having to play some terrific tennis to hold him off. Another look at Joachim Nystrom, who, of course, in his heyday was a Davis Cup teammate of Stefan. Well, I have to say that I thought that was a little wide, but far too close to be overruled. Ace number 7.
Well, he needs that, because whereas Enqvist only lost 5 points in his serve, Edberg lost 18.
Oh.
In this set alone.
And Enqvist so quick to the ball, and even though it was low and difficult, whipped it across.
Just a magnificent stroke.
A tie-break it will be, and just on those last 2 points, I thought for the first time signs of frailty in Enqvist.
Absolutely right. He clipped a couple of the last 2 hurdles, and Edberg fans will be hoping, well, he may not fall, but he may consider or reconsider. Neither of them with a particularly good tie-break record.
Well, as good as backhand as Edberg's played in a long and distinguished career. Simply beautiful, so fluid. Golly gosh. His first double fault of the match.
First double fault of 2 days. Well, we saw Peter Korda go up at the net and give it a great big fat juicy kiss. What it deserves.